Hi there, I'm Liz Hoppy, and in this video, I'm going to show you our substitute procedure for starting and then sharing a Google Meet, and we'll look a little bit at the Google Meet window to see what's there. To start, the easiest way for this to work is if you're subbing in a 3rd through 8th grade classroom and the teacher uses Google Meet, because as soon as you open the classroom, there's probably a Meet link in the header, and I talked about that when I did the video for Google Classroom. After you sign into Classroom, you'll see that header and the link. You don't need to do anything. The students will already know where to go. You're just going to click that link and open it up. Students shouldn't be able to access that link until you've gone in and opened the Meet. So make sure you do that when it's time for class so that they can get in. If you're not in a class with a Google Classroom link, you're going to need to create your own link. And I'm going to go through some pretty specific steps, and here's why. Google Meet links can either only be opened by a Hueneme staff person, or there are some ways to generate links that students can access without a staff person. And I am all for students socializing, but just like how we can't release our students out to recess until we're sure there's someone on duty, we can't have someone in a Google Meet without assurance that there's a teacher in there to monitor what's happening in that Meet. So it's important that you follow these steps, and this might be a new procedure. First of all, you're going to go to meet.google.com. When you go there and you're signed into your Hueneme.org account, you're going to see a screen that has this on probably the left side. I don't want you to just click New Meeting. I want you to go to the code and enter a code or a nickname. I usually use my last name and a random number. It doesn't matter at all what this code is. All right? So you're going to put in a code, you're going to choose join. And then you're going to see, where there's the preview of your video, and then on the right side, you can join now. All right, so you're going to join now. That's going to open up your Meet. As soon as you do that, there's going to be a little pop-up that looks like this. Now, if you tell students, here's the nickname, they might not know what to do with that because that's probably not their standard procedure. So what I recommend, copy this link. And here's the link you're going to give them. And then you're not going to close this Meet tab, because if you do, it's going to end that link and it won't work anymore. All right. So once you get the link, share it with your students, keep that Meet open until you're done with it and the students won't need it. All right. This is the link you're going to post in Seesaw, or if you need to post it in Classroom, but that's the link you want. You're putting in a nickname that you make up. It doesn't matter what it is. And then you're going to get the link. Okay. After you have that link, there are two things I want to suggest to you. First of all, you don't want to close that tab, right? As I was just mentioning, because that means you have to create a new link. Share it, that's a headache. We don't want to do that. What I think you might consider doing is on that tab, if you right click on that tab, pin is one of the options. And this is a really cool thing that Google Chrome will do. What it's going to do is send that Meet tab all the way to the left side of your tabs, and it's going to take the X off so that you won't close it accidentally. Now you can right click on it and you can choose close. You can right click and choose unpin, but that just makes it a little less likely that you're going to close it. So I'm going to suggest once you open that Meet, right click and pin it, and it'll send that tab over to the left side of the screen. Okay. Also, if you need that Meet link again, it's always in the bottom left corner. You just click that arrow and this is going to pop up and you can copy the joining info. So you can always get to that link. I just worry that telling kids, here's the nickname, they're not going to know what to do, and we don't need to make things more confusing than necessary. All right. So that's how you're going to generate the link to your Meet. You can, as I mentioned in the Seesaw video, you can use the green plus sign to add an announcement to tell students and families what the link is. In Google Classroom, if there's not a link in that header, you can add this as an announcement in the stream. Okay. Ideally, there's a link already in the header and you don't have to worry about any of this. But if it's not there, here are the steps you're going to follow. Okay. I also, though, want to show you what the screen looks like so that if you're new to Meet, I can show you a little bit so you'll be familiar. Now, it's spring of 2021. Things update. So if you're watching this video and it's been too long, it might be slightly different. You can open a Meet on your own without any students in it, and you can practice to see what it looks like. Okay, so let's take a look around. To start, down on the bottom where you see Hoppy 15 and the little arrow, that's where I clicked to get that information I was showing you on the last slide, where the Meet link is. And next to it, there's a blue shield. These are your host controls. In host controls, you can decide, do you want people to share their screen? If it's becoming an issue, you can go right in here and turn off screen sharing. That's an instant change. Okay. Do I want them to be able to send chat messages? You can toggle that on and off in the Meet. So if you only want them adding chats at certain times, you can go in and turn that on when needed. All right. So you have a lot of control there. At the bottom, there's your mute. The red phone is where you're going to end the call. And the camera is where you're going to toggle the camera on or off. All right. You can raise your hand. The present now on the right side of that bar is where you're going to share your screen. All right, as a reminder, when you click present now, it brings up a little window that says, which screen do you want to share? Do you want to share a tab or the whole screen? And you choose, and then I think it says share on the button. If you're going to be sharing something with audio, you want to just share the tab that has the audio in it. So if you have a video to show, just share the tab with that video. That's the best way to make sure the sound is going to work. All right, in the three-dot menu, on the far right side over here, you get all kinds of options here, as you can see. Settings is where if you need to change your audio, it's not picking up your headphones or something. Video, if you need to set what camera to use. And then host controls are the exact same as what you have over here. And then finally, at the top, here's where you would see the participants. There's a mute all button. You can see who's there. Here's your chat. And then in this three shape, it's activities. That's where you have breakout rooms, polls. There's a question and answer kind of feature. So that's a basic walkthrough of what the Google Meet window looks like. And again, you're welcome to start up a Meet and see what that looks like. When you're done, there's that red phone button. You're going to click there at the end of class. You don't need this Meet anymore. The kids are done with the link. You're going to click the phone, and I want you to make sure you choose end the call. End the call, not just you leaving, but end the call is going to make sure all of the students also hang up on the Meet, and it's going to close the link so that they can't come back in. All right, that's why we did the nickname, so that it would be a link that couldn't be used again. So make sure you click end the call. All right, so that's Google Meet. Let's take a look at what it looks like. Here's meet.google.com. I'm going to enter a code and then join. We're going to see what happens here. I'm going to turn off my camera and my microphone just so that there isn't a conflict when I'm making a video. But here's where you would preview. You can change your background, and you're going to join now. Okay, there's that pop-up I was telling you about. I'm going to copy the link. That's what I would share. All right, now first thing, I want to make sure I don't close this. Up at the top, I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose pin. And that's going to send it all the way. The little tab is all the way on the left side. And then there's our walk around the edge. I can mute and unmute, toggle my camera on and off. There's my three dots. If I come here, that's where I'll see who the participants are. If there's a student that can't get in, I can add them specifically by their email. Here I have host controls. There's my chat, and I can turn off, just like in the host controls at the blue shield. Google always gives you like a zillion ways to do something. Here also, toggle the chat on and off. If you need breakout rooms, polls, question and answer, if the teacher has left that in their subplans, you've got that in activities here. All right. And then when you're done, you're going to click the leave call. We're all done with this lesson. We're going to hang up, and then we're going to choose end the call. And the reason we're doing that, you've ended the meeting for everyone and nobody, to keep people from rejoining. Quick access was turned off. So that Meet link is done. In fact, I think, let's test this out. I can't even get into it again. It's done. It's expired. And that's exactly what we want, so that we don't find students using that link to Google Meet whenever they want to. All right, that was a lot of details about Google Meet. You can watch this video as many times as you need to, and you should also have the screenshot guide that I'm going through for you to help you out. I hope that helps you feel confident using Google Meet when you substitute in Whiny Me.